Hey everybody, Road Scholar coming back at you again. Yep, doing a couple videos same day again, so you're going to see me in the same shirt, same hat, and all that kind of stuff. We all know that the FMCSA and the government and everything is trying to allow 18-year-old drivers to have CDLs. How do I feel about that? Now, you could make the argument, and some people will, that if you're old enough to join the Army, you should be old enough to drive a truck. I disagree with that. There's a huge difference, because when you're in the Army, you're under the instruction of older people that have been through training and spent years of service and everything, and they've been to classes. They know how to lead and instruct. So an 18-year-old isn't just sitting out into the field with a gun and going, "Go, you're in the Army. Go, you're great." It doesn't work like that. So, if that was your argument, go ahead and dismiss that. Some people are saying, well, if you're old enough to have a driver's license, you should be able to drive a CDL. They're saying we have a shortage of drivers, so we need these guys. We don't have a shortage of drivers. I get tired of people saying that. We do not have a shortage of drivers. You want me to prove it? Go look at the freight rates. They're going back down. People think because of that COVID thing and everything that happened with the supply chain and the way the government broke it, that we have a shortage of drivers. That's even what the government was putting out there. Remember Biden and all them talking about we need more truck drivers? No, we don't. We have plenty of truck drivers. Don't believe me? Look online and see how many people are looking for the same load you're looking for. We got plenty of truck drivers. So that's a myth. It's propagated by the government. Why? I really don't get, because the government likes fixing things. If there's nothing to fix, they'll break it. Simple as that. Just to have a job. We do not need more truck drivers. 18, they say, oh, we got, now do we have availability for trucks to be hired? Sure. But the more drivers that are out here, the less freight there's to carry, especially now that we're heading into a tighter freight, or what they call a freight recession. Rates are going down and everything because we got too many truck drivers. Now they're wanting to let 18-year-olds out into these semis. Now there is a probationary period where if you're 18 years old, you can drive state to state as long as you have a experienced driver in the passenger seat with you for a probationary period. Who else does that? Oh yeah, every trucking company in the country, that when you get your CDL and you go to work for them, they put your trainer in the passenger seat with you for the first few weeks. So that's already done, even with the drivers over 18, over 21, over 30, whatever it is. You're a new driver, you go work for these big companies, they put the trainer in the passenger seat with you for a while. Make sure you know how to drive it. Here's the thing. The statistics show, the numbers show, that 18-year-olds are more dangerous on the road. Now, a lot of people that are 18, 19, 20 may not want to hear that. Even 21 don't want to hear that. From 21 to 25 is a dangerous age group on the road. 18 to 21 is more dangerous. More, how can I say? I would say more dangerous. More prone to accidents. They have a higher accident rating. 18-year-olds, and we all know, guys, is there an exception to every rule? Yes, you got some guys that could be 18 years old out here, drive a truck perfectly fine. Hell, you probably got some 15-year-olds been riding with their grandfather for years that could probably drive a truck just fine. But the mass majority, on average, I wouldn't trust out here. I mean, guys, y'all know what it was like when you were 18. Would you have trusted you behind this wheel? 90% of you wouldn't, because you know how you were. They're going backwards. They're trying to say it's because we need truck drivers. Oh, okay, so all of a sudden the public safety isn't such a big deal. Oh no, we're going to make sure they're safe drivers. You can't. They're too immature. Most 18-year-olds today, even back when I was a kid, I wouldn't have trusted an 18-year-old to be out here driving a CDL. The 18-year-olds that were raised in my generation. And I promise you, our generation was a lot more in tune with reality than this generation today of 18-year-olds. So no, I don't think they should allow that. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway. But you have trucking organizations. OOIDA is fighting it. Now they can say, well, we got the backing of this by the American Trucker Association, which is another big name for all the big companies got together and hired lobbyists to get these drivers on the road. They don't care. They're after it for pure profit and everything, and they know they got the money to self-insure and everything, so that's fine for them. For the rest of us, it's going to hurt us. The more trucks out here that get in accidents, the higher our rates go. Common sense. Even when these self-insured companies getting into wrecks, it doesn't affect their insurance because they're self-insured. But the wreck numbers and the percentages does affect us. So our insurance goes up when the self-insured companies have wrecks. And everybody, you can sit here and say what you want to. We all know Swift does not have the best training program. We know that these bigger conglomerate companies, JB Hunt, Schneider, and all them, they have great training programs, but they don't have the best drivers. I mean, that's a fact, because it's new drivers. They just don't have the experience. So they're going to be in more accidents than most owner operators and independent drivers. They have the experience. On top of that, these when you're driving for those companies, it's like I was told whenever I first started driving, go to work for a big company, tear up their truck while you're learning how to drive before you go get your own truck. And that's basically what they do. So we know that they can afford it because they are self-insured. But every time one of their drivers gets in a wreck, one of their 18-year-old kids they want to put in the truck and get in a wreck, it's going to affect your insurance. Not just the safety out here, because a lot of people we can't really understand, because that's like a non-effect on most of us, because like most of us never plan on getting a wreck. We just get in them, but we don't plan on it. But what you can do is a little bit more tangible to your mind is money out of your pocket. So when these 18-year-olds start having more accidents out here, 19, 20-year-olds start having more accidents, it's going to affect your insurance rates. Just something you should be aware of. So, yeah, I think they're going in the wrong direction, lowering the age. If anything, raise the age. They go, well, we don't have enough truck drivers. We can't keep truck drivers. Yeah, the reason you can't is because y'all keep screwing us over on things, such as insurance mandates. These fuel costs are getting out. People get to where they can't make a living out here. You want more truck drivers? You got to find a way to keep experienced drivers, not hire in young people. I'm not saying that young people don't deserve a career in trucking and everything, but they're too young and too immature to understand the dangers of what they're getting into. You know, can you picture an 18-year-old who hasn't even got hardly any experience driving a regular four-wheeler on ice, and now you're going to put that kid in an 80,000-pound vehicle through Donner Pass during the winter? Are you serious? Are you serious? I wouldn't trust some of these. I wouldn't trust me at 18 years old on a go-kart. You know, but much less putting them in an 80,000-pound vehicle and sending them down the road through Donner Pass during the middle of January. That's ridiculous. But they're more interested. Well, we have a shortage of drivers. No, they don't. If you had a shortage of drivers, the rates wouldn't be going down like they are. Rates would go up because you need to pay more to get your freight hauled. Common sense. But anyway, guys, yeah, I just wanted to sit out here, touch on the 18-year-old exemption they're trying to do now, or rule changes they're trying to do. Just talk a little bit about that. See what you think, guys. Let me know below on your comments. Here's a question for you. Would you have trusted you at 18 years old? I wouldn't have trusted me at 18 years old. Be honest, you know. And number two is, even if you trust yourself, do you really, next time you go into a convenience store and you watch the way an 18, 19, 20-year-old acts, do you really want them behind the wheel of one of these vehicles on the road with your family during a snowstorm? Anyway, guys, I'm out.